let's talk about how things happen in life. It's kind of strange how little we know about what actually makes things happen in life, seeing that there are so many things that we want to have happen in life, and we're left feeling very frustrated. A lot of people come to me and they have this deep sense of stuckness, like they really don't know what they're going to do next. Or they might have a clear idea of what they want to do, but they have no idea how to get there, have that happen in their life. So, I wanted to share a few things of what I have found in my many years of studying not only high performance, but actually the cosmology of things. How do things appear in the world? I think and I hope that it's going to be valuable to listen in for just a few steps that hopefully will make you think about how things happen in a bigger way. We learn this in depth in mindfulness intelligence, and we do go deep into understanding each and every one of these steps so that you can indeed not only get clear of where you're going, but also actually getting there. That's the beauty and the benefit of this leadership program that mindfulness intelligence really is. So yeah, how do things happen? It's a big and good question. And here we are in a three-dimensional world. I have my body here. I have my love t-shirt on today. It's here. I have my love t-shirt. I have my glasses. It's measurable. I'm here. It's a three-dimensional measure of what's going on with me. That is usually where we get stuck. That is where we that's the end all be all. I'm measuring what's going on in my three-dimensional space, and there is where I deem myself a success or a failure. And that's where the trouble begins. And that's where we need to really get into a different, more open minded and more open hearted way of looking at what life really is and what constitutes the reality that you live in. So, when we start peeling off the layers of this measurable three-dimensional world, we're going to quickly see that whether we turn to ancient wisdom or modern science, we're going to see that there is definitely some kind of energy that precedes anything that turns measurable in the world, be it money or a car or a love t-shirt. So then the question becomes, what is that energy? What is that energy, and how can I tap into it? How can I become a conductor of this energy, if you will, so that I can conduct whatever it is that's in my heart over here? Like I want it. I want to see the results of this, right? This is where we break down energy in mindfulness intelligence and really look at the consciousness that precedes energy, or the consciousness that perhaps energy is made out of. Consciousness is a huge area and something that I would very much recommend that you look into, or, of course, come join us with mindfulness intelligence. There's so much to look at when it comes to spiral dynamics, understanding the development of consciousness. And another thing that we look at around this energy preceding three-dimensional reality is quantum physics. Now, what I find interesting about quantum physics, except for the absolute sheer magic of it, is that there's kind of something missing. So in mindfulness intelligence, we also look at something that doesn't have the big void or the big emptiness that quantum physics still kind of proposes. So that's when we get into, well, what is it in the emptiness? What is it that makes all this energy move? What is it that energy moves through? And that's when we get into the fourth element in the world. So we have solid, liquid, gas, but we also have plasma. And then, of course, taking it one step further, we're also looking at ether. All of this is to say that we are energetic beings, and there's technology and science behind that statement that we can really look into. And what constitutes your energy, your vibes, of course, is very much your feeling state, your emotional state. So there's a lot that you can do to impact your own energetic states just through your thoughts and your energy. So we take this whole notion of us living in a vibrational universe, and us actually, even as three-dimensional beings, are energy. And we take that notion and we look at things like, how does your ego play into the kind of vibes that you put out in the world? And why is it even important to understand the vibration that you put out? Well, part of the answer is that what you do put out is what you get in. There's a vibrational match to things that you experience in the world. But how does ego impact your vibes? And what is this ego? Ego in some circles are defined as edging God out. I prefer to say edging grace out. There's something, we're edging grace out. We forget this grace that we're made of. And a big journey in mindfulness intelligence is to go from edging God out or edging grace out to edging ego out. How do we actually put ego in its rightful place within ourselves? That's why we look so much at our inner characters, and the ego being a big one, especially in business. So we understand the place of blame, we understand the place of guilt, and we have tools to actually heal all of that makes us stuck in our ego. We look at the heart. The heart is where we connect to everybody and everything else, and we need to have a coherence with our own heart in order to have the kind of vibes, again, that will attract the kind of life that we're interested in. The same thing if we want to orchestrate our teams and become better leaders. We need to know that the connection portal, if you will, is the heart. So we do a lot of work with the heart. Another thing we do, and that I would encourage you to do, is to ask yourself what this bigger power is. What is this ether? What is this God space? What is this universal intelligence that is above and beyond, around and in everything? Can we put our self-importance in a place where we open up to the idea, we surrender to the idea that there might be something much, much bigger going on? This has very little to do with religion and much, much more to do with the oneness of us all and the interconnection. And how does that play into reaching your goals? How does that play into you being a leader that is actually living up to your full potential? With all of this, those who go through mindfulness intelligence are amazingly skilled at reaching their goals, because when you start asking yourself, what makes the world happen? How do things happen and appear in the world? Anything from a t-shirt to experiences of love and connection. And of course, money, influence, all of these. When we ask that question and when we start breaking that down and understanding the mechanics of that, that's when we become very skilled at reaching any goal that's in your heart. And that's possible for all of us to do. So I hope that's encouraging. And with that, I'll see you around. All right.